Hey guys, welcome to my channel, which is called The Splendor of Unconventional Living. And the anagram for that is quite fitting. It is soul. I just wanted to share with you guys why I felt inspired to call The Splendor of Unconventional Living. I've lived a pretty full life. I'm now 42 years old, and I am so grateful for the way that God has really planned out my life for me. I experienced many, many highs and lows in life. I was a product of an immigrant upbringing, and of course, part of that experience is to buy into what I call following the blueprint of the American dream. My mom did everything that she could to create a safe and also thriving space for me and my siblings, my brother Fuller and my sister Brittany. As a single mom, there was a sense of responsibility to pay back all of the sacrifice that she had to make in order to create a terrific life for us. She had the foresight to take us out of the Philippines, which would create limited opportunities for us and bring us to the land, the promised land of opportunities, right? So I basically followed the blueprint quite to the T, and dare I say I got really successful at it. Was able to graduate from one of the top universities in the nation, here in the US, UC Berkeley, go Bears, and was able to snag quite a highly coveted position at Google. And at that time, it was quite difficult to get a job there. And eventually got really close to the then first female engineer of Google, Marissa Mayer, whom I served for many, many years. And she got appointed as CEO of Yahoo in 2012. And she consequently hired me as the head of communications for Yahoo. And my career catapulted and basically like put me at the top. I just basically kept going and felt very grateful for all of the opportunities that had been laid upon me. And at some point, I started to ask myself, what's the point of all of this? I basically ended up moving to New York to start a different job with one of the hottest startups in New York called Oscar Health, and was able to build an organization from the ground up there. And again, still looming in my mind, like, what's the point of all of this? And I quickly realized that I was chasing my own tail, and I was highly curious about what sat on the other side of this blueprint of the American dream, which I felt at the time when I was soul searching, felt really disappointed. I was like, wow, this does not feel like anything that was promised to me. I felt stressed out, overworked, burnt out, and I had all the gadgets and gizmos and trinkets that the world could offer. Yet I felt so empty inside. I didn't know what the purpose was behind all of it. And so I really sought to experience who God was outside of what I had always known him through, which was Christianity. Like, Christianity just became my everything through the many ups and downs of my life. I drew upon my relationship with God, and specifically Christ, to get me through all of my trials and tribulations. But there was a deeper desire to know God beyond the confines of what I'd always known about my world and within the construct of Christianity as a religion. In 2017, I decided to jump into the unknown, and there was when I experienced my greatest spiritual awakening. I decided to go outside of the norm and sought to discover God in everything that I saw, touched, and felt. Traveled around the world and discovered other facets of spirituality, what people would say New Age, really learned about energy and the cosmic universe and neuroscience, and just delved into all of these things that I had always been afraid to explore because there's so much shame and guilt and fear in traveling outside where I really learned spirituality, which is through the lens of religion. And I will tell you guys that what I discovered is that God is everywhere. And I realized that it wasn't really in all of these things where we can discover God. God is actually within us. And through our experiences, God will show up for as long as we set that intention. And what I wanted to do with this channel is to really encourage you guys through my own life and through my own experiences what it means to jump into the unknown and how God met me at every point of my journey. Hang on a second. My dog is... Sorry about that. And there was so much that I discovered about God and Jesus, and how much I was able to deepen my understanding of God's creation and what are the opportunities for us when we are willing to step into the unknown. You see, what I discovered, what I actually call the art and science of being human. There's the human aspect of us, and then there's a divine aspect. We need to learn how to operate on both ends in order to really realize and fulfill our greatest potential. I know that it's the scariest thing for people to go into the unknown and do things unconventionally, but I will tell you that you will discover your soul in ways that you had never been able to if we are willing to stay open to discovering other perspectives where we can anchor ourselves in love. And that is the experience that I had, guys. And through it all, Christ has been at the center of my world. He is there to really guide us through our experiences. And he was so much bigger beyond just religion. He's not just within the construct of Christianity or other religions that acknowledge him. He is so much bigger than that. And I can't wait to share with you guys some of the things that he has shown me of who he really is and the goodness that he wants to bring into our lives. There's so much of my Christian values that are still here and true for me. But the one thing that God has really revealed to me that have now spent the better part of the last 3 years rejecting, which is that God is not the author of shame, guilt, and fear. He just isn't. It is that those emotions come from the ego, and it's the enemy's way of taking hold of us. When we are feeling shameful or guilty for some of the things that we have done, that is not who God is. God is love. And that feels very true for me. I'm here to tell you without a shadow of doubt, guys, that when you're experiencing fear, shame, and guilt, that is stemming from the ego, and that is not who God is. And I hope to illuminate some of those concepts going forward. But I thought that I just, share with you guys why I decided to anchor this channel, my channel, to the splendor of unconventional living, which is soul to me. When we are willing to step outside of what we have always known, that's really where God can really deepen our faith, and can really meet us where we are, and can really deepen our discernment for who he really is. He cannot work with our hard and rigid belief systems. We have to create some level of softness to what has always been true for us, perhaps may no longer be true because we evolve and expand as human beings. For me, like, the greatest intention of my life is to know the God within, to experience God within. And in so doing, the more that I can experience God within, the more that I know I can serve as a powerful mirror and vessel for other people to experience the God within them. And so that is my intention for this channel. I'm so excited to be able to go on this journey with you. If this at all resonated with your journey, or if you're on a similar journey, I would really encourage you to subscribe to my channel. I'm excited to go on this journey with you, and also just leave me a comment and tell me a little bit about your journey. Just an invitation for us to go on this journey together. Love and light, guys. As always, sending you so much love.